welcome back. We have another fun-filled Wednesday craft video coming at you. So for this video, we are going to be working on a lovely seashell wand. I'm going to show you my process on how I put this little beauty together. But before we get into that, hello, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button for me. And if you are current subscribers, hello dears, I hope you are doing super well. Yes, super well is a thing. But before we get into the making of how we did this, I just want to give you a good close-up of this little wand so you can see more details of it, because I don't think I got a good, I was trying a different camera angle, so I'm not sure if I got a really good shot of the actual shell wand. So I saw this, I've seen it a few times on Pinterest, and then I was watching a YouTuber do a Witch's Moon unboxing, and they got this in there, and then I got on the website and I actually looked at it and kind of figured out how I could probably do my own. So I'm hoping it holds up well. I'm starting to see some issues with the shrinkage of the clay, which I might have to go in and fix, but other than that, I think it's going to hold up fairly well. So I will go ahead and cut in to how I made this, and I'll meet y'all back at the end. Alright, so as you can see for this craft, we have our seashell. I picked this one up from Michael's, and I will leave the link for that one down below. And this is some air dry clay. It's the Model Air, I think it's, what is it, the polymer fluff or something like that. I'll leave that link down below so you can get yours as well. Of course, you're going to need some scissors, just mainly for opening the packaging of the clay, and you're going to need some toothpicks. I use mine for various little nicks and knacks when using the clay. And then you're going to need some different stones. The ones I picked up from a local supplier. So I got me a big amethyst point, and then I've got some solidite and some smaller amethyst, but I didn't end up using my smaller amethyst. I just went ahead and went with the solidite because I thought it fit the theme of what I was going for better. And then you are also going to need some water and a bowl. I just have some regular bottled water, and I'm just using one of my regular kitchen bowls. So the main point that you want to do with your water is air dry clay, as the name implies. Once it's exposed to air, it starts drying out. So the water helps you keep it where you can kind of mold it and play with it and stuff, and it keeps it from drying out as fast. So we're just going to open our clay. Just go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to open our clay and just pull it out as nice and neat as I possibly can. It's, you know, it's better said than done, I guess. Now we're just going to look at what part of the shell we want our crystal point to go, and that's what I did. I just kind of put it at the tip of the seashell and just kind of figured out how I actually wanted it before I started putting the clay onto the shell. So that's me just trying to figure out where I want it, and then I just start tearing off chunks of the clay and just kind of mold it. I want to build up a good base so my crystal has something good and sturdy to sit in, and then I just roll it a little bit into a ball, and then that way I can just mold it onto the top of my shell like so. So that is what I'm going to sit here do and start working on the point aspect of the seashell. Okay, so once we get our point nice and secure onto our shell, we're just going to figure out where we're going to put our stones. So as I show you, I'm using my solidite piece, and I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want to place it on the clay that's already there, that I've already built up to house my little amethyst point. So all I'm just going to do is take the clay and do it in strips for this part because I wanted that style, and just roll it out and just roll it out in between my hands. And I think I'm going to use the table as well, just to try and get it in a nice little line so I can kind of do like a wrapping motion. So like I said, I'm just showing you. Then I'm rolling this to get it as thin as I possibly can, or as like how I want it. And then I'm just wrapping it around my little stone there. So just kind of wrapping it. That way we can make sure it's also not only, is it gripping from the bottom, but it'll have something more on the sides to try to keep the stone in place, since we are relying on clay and not like glue or anything to keep these stones in place. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to attach, I think I only ended up attaching 2 of the stones. So I'm just going to sit here and attach those 2. Okay, now since I have both of my stones attached to my shell, and I'm going to add some little decorations to make it look more beachy, kind of coralish. So this is where the toothpick comes in handy. We're just going to take our toothpick and we're just going to make itty bitty little dots all over our shell, as you can see. I'm just taking it and I'm making itty bitty little dots and just poking it because I kind of want it to look like coral, kind of, how like whenever you see things washed up on the beach or something, where it's kind of like encrusted onto the shells and things. That's what I'm going for here. We're just taking that and we're making it with the toothpick. Okay, so lastly, to finish off our little craft here, we're going to be painting it. So as I can show you, this is pretty much the finished product after it has been drying for about 24. I let it dry for about 24 hours just to make sure I had a good kind of, seal on the clay and everything, since I am going to be painting it. So I'm just showing you that right there. Okay, and then we are just going to paint this little puppy. So I'm just using some of these paints that you have seen before, and I'm taking a kind of like an off-white color and then more like a little tan, kind of light brown color are the 2 ones that I'm going to be using. And I'm also going to be using white later on. But I'm using toothpicks instead of a paintbrush just because I like the control better that I have with not toothpicks. I'm using Q-tips. There we go. I'm using Q-tips just because I like the way that I can control the paint and stuff better. Plus, if you make a little mistake, you have a clean end to just go ahead and wipe off your mistake. So we're going to sit here and we're going to paint this until it is our desired look. So we are back now, and I hope y'all enjoyed this little craft. Now, granted, it wasn't the simplest or the shortest in the world, because it did take me a couple of hours to put this together, just because I had to mold the clay, wait for it to dry overnight, and then I had to come back and paint it. So it does take a while, just because you have to wait on the clay to dry. But as you can tell, I tried to make my clay match my shell a little bit. Now, the one thing I am noticing about this is I did not take into the fact of shrinkage with the clay, so that's why I'm saying I probably will have to go back and fix it. If you can see right there, I'm starting to get a little crack, but I can go back in with a little bit more clay and like smooth it down and color and all that, because that's the good thing about clay. If you see little mistakes, you can fix them. So hopefully I can get this fixed and add it to my lovely little collection of Wiccan stuff and put it on my altar and everything and make it look all nice and pretty. So, and for me, I chose these stones specifically for my taste. As y'all know, for some of my other like Wiccan videos, that I'm primarily an amethyst person, but then the stones that I did pick here are the solidite, I believe is how you say that, but they're associated with water elementals, so that's why I chose those. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on these, which I think I explained them in another video, I think. If I did, I'll link it up in the cards, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But anyways, if you want me to do a more in-depth like stone video for some of the ones that I use all the time, I can, because I have a herb video I'm thinking about doing, so like my everyday herbs or something. But anyway, so I hope y'all enjoyed this and know how to make your own if you were interested in owning one of these pieces. I will link everything that I use down below if you can go out and buy it yourself. Now, these stones and stuff I did get from a local supplier, so I think there's some places on eBay and stuff you could probably get yours, or if you live in a town where you can get some little stones and stuff, then that might be a better option. I got mine from a local guy, so I can't really link him down below because he has a business email, but he doesn't have like a business store because he's only here in South Carolina, in our little area of South Carolina. So, but other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed this lovely little craft, and hopefully it brightened up your Wednesday a little bit. But that is it for now, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Just remember, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts were, or if you've made one of these, I'd love to see it. So you can, you know, somehow link that to me on Facebook, or show me on here if you made one. Or not Facebook, well, Facebook and Instagram, you know, all that spiel. But anyways, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!